Why do I see it my way? Do I have to keep on talking till I can go on? Why do you see it your way? Run the risk of knowing that our love may soon be gone.
Okay, so this is just a meandering, yammering vlog entry of thoughts that are in my head and things that, da. So, if you're bored by such things, hit the door. Having my coffee this morning in my Bugs Bunny mug, which is my favorite one. Everybody has a favorite mug, I think, and I think everybody who cares and wants to respond to this ought to just show me your favorite coffee mug if you have one. Barring that, send me a picture of the inside of your refrigerator. I've always been intrigued by what's inside people's refrigerators. Another thing I'm always intrigued by is the setup of your desktop on your computer screen. And the next one that I'm always intrigued by is I'm always intrigued by what's on somebody's either nightstand or something like that. So if you want to respond to this particular video with something, my questions are: what does your favorite coffee mug look like? And what's in your refrigerator? You can videotape it or take a still photo of it. What's on your nightstand? And what is on the screen, your computer desktop screen? Take a picture of that. That would, to me, those are interesting things because they're very personal. Another thing that's very personal, and if I go to people's houses, I'm real nosy about them. And one of the things I do is I always look through their book collection, and a long time ago it was albums, and it was easier. That's one thing that I really hate about DVDs, CDs, and stuff like that. And that is that it used to be real easy to take and flip through somebody's albums. They were big, and the album covers were so wonderful. So vinyl, when we lost vinyl, we lost that really good feeling of going flip through somebody's album collection. My album collection was given to my nephew, myself. But anyway. Okay, so I also wanted to mention that right behind me, this big thing on the wall, people say, I'm sure some people, if they look at it, will go, "That's all wrinkled in that frame. I wonder where." Well, that's a map, a 1910 postal route map of Oklahoma. And when you frame a map like that's old, and it's been unfolded, you don't want to get rid of the folds. You don't want to, you put it behind archival glass and, to preserve it, and you don't iron out folds. You leave the folds so that it doesn't, because those are weaknesses in the paper, and if you iron them out, you're further weakening them, and it also devalues the map. The reason I have a 1910 postal route map is because my grandfather was a postal route carrier in 1904 in Oklahoma. That's the reason that my family came up from Texas to Oklahoma. My great-grandfather was half-breed Indian, and that was one of the reasons why he got the job. He was half-breed Sac Fox, and he got the job there because 1904, Oklahoma is not a state yet, and they thought the presence of a U.S. government agent in the form of a postal route carrier would be more acceptable, accepted by the Indian community, if he was at least half, and then, had to be. So anyway, that's just an old family story. Let's see, my coffee house vlog that's on my profile page, I decided a few days back to kind of turn that into, when you went to old coffee houses that were really, groovy, there was always something really interesting, some kind of performance art, really, a lot. It was just performance art, really. And it could have been somebody speaking. It was almost like the old, what was this called? I have to remember the word. These traveling universities, of the early 1900s. I almost had the word. Anyway, so I've been just I've decided to change that post to something I found that is interesting and is kind of in my head as a virtual coffee house kind of thing. Would make a good performance. And I found so many this morning, but so you'll have to, if I found too many, they won't, because there's only 2 on the front page. I don't know if you can put more than 2 on the front page, but there's 3 for the day already. One of them was Robert Anton Wilson, and this guy named, or girl, I don't know, Yarden, Yardenn, has some great videos that they've been uploading. And I put one of those up there on Joni Mitchell, who happens to be my favorite artist of all time. I followed her throughout her career. Since I was a kid. I discovered her really early on, 67, 68. And I've just, been a fangirl of Joni Mitchell's all my life. In fact, I was so much of a fangirl of her, people, friends of mine, especially when I was in my 20s and 30s. If they heard Joni Mitchell, they associated it with me. I also wanted to explain a little bit about my Mondo video collection that is in my, what is that called? God, my brain is just not working this morning. Anyway, my Mondo video collection is a collection of small, it's kind of my tribute to the original Mondo video, which I gave the IMDb link in the thing, in the description of that. And it's my collection of the oddities of the world in a short film that I see in YouTube. My brain is not in gear. I need more coffee or something. Holy crap. And this is my second cap. Okay, let's see. I wanted to say congratulations to Ginger Ann. I don't know if you've seen the Ginger Ann's most recent video, but you should just head on over there and look and give a congratulations to Ginger Ann. Ginger Ann is very avant-garde to me. Just reminds me of some of the early avant-garde artists and things like that, and just a sweet person. And Donkey June put up a great, campy, really neat video. You should go over to Donkey June. Amanda June turned into Donkey June because it's a collaborative effort. So, yeah. That's all the little things I have to say. Really, today's going to be a house cleaning day for me. Boring, boring, boring. And thank you all for all your support yesterday. I was having a bad day. Did you notice that? I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. This morning I came in and I decided that I wasn't going to do that today. So I tried to start off with some nifty Kino stuff on YouTube. And I did. I started with philosophy, mysticism, and then I went from there to art film, and from there to music. So that's always a good way to start the day, and I hope you all have a good day, and talk to you later. Maybe, if you post during the day, if I get a hankering. Peace.